Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is the 28th of January. This month has flown by like all the others this year. This is Flosstube number 109. I hope y'all are having a great week. We've been having all kind of fun around here. I had baby Catch one day. He stayed with me for several hours while Baby went with her friend to get a pedicure and go eat lunch for her friend's birthday. So that was super fun because he is, he's just so cute. And he, you can say, yay, and he'll clap for himself now. He'll mama, and he's got those two little teeth on the bottom. He's just so cute. He is not into crawling yet, which cracks me up. I'm afraid he's gonna try to skip it and go to walking because he will push up on his hands and knees and sit there for a few minutes and then flop on his belly and then scooch on his belly like army crawl on his belly and then try to pull over to something and pull up to stand up. So, now granted, he don't spend a lot of time on the floor since he's the only baby at his house and he is the first grandbaby at Bebe's family, and he is the first one we've had here in this house since Aria. So he don't hit up the floor a lot of times. He gets held probably more than he should, but that's okay. But he is just so cute. So we've had fun with him, and then Aria's been over here with me. She has been sewing and just keeping me busy, and I'll show y'all this. She made this. This was some questions that came out of a little book that came in her Chick-fil-A meal. She wrote rainbow. You know, she'll be in kindergarten next year, so I'm sure gonna miss her. She drew herself a rainbow. She's got this set of numbers here, and all these questions. I was like, oh my gosh. She wanted to be a cheetah. If you were an animal, which one would you be? A cheetah. And what did she tell me was going to be her dream job when she grew up? Being a cheetah something. Where in the world do you want to visit? She's on an Alaska kick right now. She says we're all going to Alaska for her birthday. If you could eat one meal forever, what would it be? And of course, she said broccoli. And how would, when it says, how would you change the world? She said, should you know I'd get rid of the sickness. She's so sweet. She is so sweet. So we have had all the fun this week. And my brain has been all over the place. So I've stitched on 8 whips. That's how my brain's been this week. Just everywhere. So we will start off with our whips. I have Miss Margaret Ann Rollo here. She is beautiful, and she's Miss Margaret Ann Rollo by Just Stitching Along. You can get the PDF on Krista's Etsy shop, Just Stitching Along. I think it's Just Stitching Along X. I think, but here's her blog. Will that focus on that for a minute? And her email right over there. I hope that's going to be still for a second. But I have had so much fun with this. I got Daddy Nanny's name I showed y'all last week, and then I got the basket done. And I stopped right there. I thought I might finish it this week, but I decided to prolong her a little more because I sure do like stitching on her. And y'all know I use all the things y'all send me, my needle books and my floss drops and all that. I just pulled some of my A Wicked Stepmother flosses for her. I love the colors. I wanted mine to be a little bit brighter. And oh, I thought I finished the basket. I didn't finish my pink. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to move this. See, that's how distracted I've been. And I do have a piece. Hang on, hello, hold on. It's down here farther than my arm is. That's how much junk I've got strode out here, y'all. Lord have mercy. Hold on. This will fall up on my head when y'all call 911. Lord. That's how far I've got junk strode out here, y'all. Of course, now saying that it's farther away than my arms ain't saying much because I do have T-Rex arms. As the joke of my whole family, but I do. I'm gonna put her on this board real quick so y'all can see her. And somebody asked about, because I'm notorious for changing out colors, And somebody asked about how I decide if it's too light for me or if I want something to be darker. Like I wanted my alphabet darker up here. This is beautiful, but I wanted my alphabet darker. Annie and Daddy tend to be like me and like brighter, darker colors. And so I wasn't going to stitch this for any, I wasn't thinking about doing it for them when I started it. But their bedroom is always in blues or reds or things like this. And I figured this is where this will end up. So it was fine anyway. But I have this little jobber. Y'all can see this mess. I'll be praying for me. It'll, you know, when it shows what colors here. And then I can look at the guide and see, okay, this color was 222. So this is 775. So this light color here is a 775. I have this thing and I got it at either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. It doesn't have a sticker on it, so I'm not sure which. I think I've seen them at both. But it's a DMC, it shows their colors. So I can flip it open and I know it's a blue. So I'll go in here and find the 775 on this page somewhere. Sure will. Lord have mercy, right there. I knew it was right in front of my face. See it right there? 775, I hope that's focusing, I can't really tell. But then you can see how dark that thread is and know, because sometimes you can't, sometimes I even have a hard time telling from the cover picture. Now this one, Miss Margaret Ann Rollo, is nice and close up. Some of them are kind of far away and it's hard to even tell what color it is sometimes. So I love this thing. And then I can go from there and know, hey, so they've got it with a light blue, I want to do a red, and then I can, if you want to darken it up, if you want to, you can use this. And this thing is just, and I think it was not expensive. It couldn't have been $20 or I probably wouldn't have bought it. So it is fabulous. So I use it all the time. But here we are. She's on a piece of 28 count Weeks Dye Works straw. And so I've got the basket done and I'm filling in the basket weave. Has a pink right there inside the little brown to make it look like a weave. And so then I just have these motifs in that little up and down border across the bottom and I'll be done. So this should be a finish this week if my brain does me any favors. Like I said, I'll probably put a heart or something over here and put a badge over here, a little star like that, since my daddy's always been a deputy. So this has been a joy to stitch on. I have enjoyed this so much. I will probably stitch the two here because it has these two on the back also. So I will probably stitch it up before I pass it on, this one on, but I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed stitching it. It's well drawn. It's not, you know, too, it's not too much. Sometimes some things are just so much that I'm like, oh, you can kind of get bogged down in parts of things, especially if there's a lot of color change switches. That is not my favorite thing. I do not like switching colors so much. So when they switch colors a lot, I usually end up either using a variegated thread, an over dyed of some sort, or just change it out completely, because that switching thread every 10 minutes ain't for me. It is not for me. Then who else is up here? Oh my gosh, y'all, this is such a mess. I just made a big pile last night over here. I just piled them all up over here and left it. I thought I would have a finish on this one. Spot of Winter by the Drawn Thread. It is so cute, but I got distracted with other things and I didn't work on it very much. Such as me. And also we were watching 1883 and it is visually very pleasing. And so, or it is to me. So I have been, when I watch something like that, I will look. Most things that watch, I listen to more than I watch, and I stitch and just listen. That's how I play Jeopardy and all that while I stitch, or I just listen more than I look. But with it, I have really liked watching it, and the visuals in it are really stunning. We love Yellowstone. James's sisters said they didn't like it, that they thought it was awful. Now, I didn't know, the very first one, I didn't know I was going to get through it, because it starts out with a scene where they have to kill a horse, and that was rough for me. And so I did not know if I was going to make it, but Keely said, Mom, just give it another chance. And it is rough. It's rough. So if you can't handle rough, don't. But it's like that also. Visually, it's very appealing, but this one even more so, because they're showing a lot of them going up, leaving Fort Worth and going up, heading out to go up north and crossing the rivers and things. So I really have liked it. So I watched more than that's the reason I didn't get this one finished. Because the night I was working on it, we were watching it. We watched a couple of episodes, which is what we tend to do. I changed the alphabet. This had TUV here, and I just wrote ice instead. And then right here it says snow. It says WXYZ, yeah. And I'm just going to put snow right here. And then I only have the snow and the little Christmas trees that go under here. So there's some Christmas trees and the word snow, and that's it. So I need to finish putting my snow here. Put the row of Christmas trees that are a specialty stitch that I can't wait to do. And then write the word snow. And I love it. It's got little robins on there, a little snowman, a little house. And I just did a total floss toss on this one. It is charted for weeks and DMC. Some of the drawn thread are just charted for like silks. But they do, I thought they did, and one of y'all let me know, Angela, that they do have a color conversion from silks to cotton flosses on their website. So if you get one of theirs and it only shows silks, you can go to their website and it has a color converter to switch those out for you. So this one has been loads of fun. I've enjoyed it. This is on just a piece of linen, or it's actually not linen, it's 28 count even weave that one of y'all sent, and I used part of it, I think, to do one of my Noah's Arks, if I'm not mistaken, and then just had it put back, and it was perfect for this. That's why I save all my little pieces like that, because you just never know what you're gonna need them for. And these were just kind of the colors I pulled. I guess they're mainly DMCs, and there's a couple of Classic Color Works in there. There we go, maybe. We'll see, I got a big knot. But they're just so pretty. I love those colors. Red, white, and blue, some of my favorite colors. So that one is Spot of Winter by Drawn Thread. I worked a little bit, get back up there, on my Lena. I think she's in here. This is by Wicked Stepmother. It is a PDF download. My copy of her looks wretched. It just looks wretched. It's got all wrinkled up, and my printer was not being nice that day when I printed her off, but she's a beauty. I've got mainly my Wicked Stepmother threads here with her. This over here. Aria's waiting for me to come pick her up when I get done, so I'm trying not to leave a big old mess. We have to go return a pair of tennis shoes to the UPS store to get shipped back. I always wear Saucony tennis shoes, and one of the little tread things is come unglued. I have some I've worn for years and that's never happened, so I assume it's just some kind of a flaw. So this is Gas Cherry Bark, and then I have Wicked Stepmother Harvest Moon, Blue Bayou, Woolly Swamp, Champagne Supernova, Hey Jude, and Crystal Blue Persuasion. And then the sulky thread is 4007 that I'm doing the border on. So let me just throw this guy up here. And here again, last night I worked on it for a while, and then I got tired, so I just stuck the needle in it. So This is how my brain has been this week. I've been rather undisciplined. So, oh well. This is my hobby. I don't do this for a living. I don't have to do it any certain way. Just however the spirit moves. And that's what I do. And sometimes the spirit moves to be messy. And just fold my linen up at night. So you can see I was working on the end. Right there. But I am loving her. She's on a 32 count vintage rose. She's beautiful. I'm going to take and put like my monogram or initials and James Williams over here. And I've got a few more words, and then I worked on some more border. I did another segment of border while I was playing Jeopardy. I sure am sad that Amy got out. I love watching Jeopardy. I'm like a Jeopardy nut. And James Williams' mama watches, but she's just the opposite of me. I like for somebody to get on a streak and keep going. And she hates that. She don't want anybody on there but a couple of days, and she's done tired of them and wants them to go. I love them being on there a long time, and I was loving me some Amy. So I was sad to see Amy go this week, but oh well. You know what? I bet they get tired though. I bet they do get tired and get ready to go home. I love Matt being on there a long time. James Williams laughs because I'm sitting over there screaming out the answers, and he's like, you can't turn the TV on. You know the answers on Jeopardy. It's true. But I love this guy. This has been so fun to work on. The linen is nice. I love the saying, which I'd never heard until Frankie put it in the sampler. It's her favorite poem, and I don't think I had ever heard it before. So that has been super fun to find out a new poet. And y'all, I'm afraid I have one too many up right here. I don't know why I feel like, because I think there's an error. There is an error right there. I think I decided last night. So, but if y'all think I'm taking all that out, think again. As Keely would say, not gonna happen, Captain. Nope. Not in this lifetime. I saw it, it was the first time I'd seen it last night after I did that whole other section, and I was like, you know what? In the grand scheme of my life, not a big deal. I know things like that drive some people crazy. Obviously it didn't drive me crazy because I didn't notice it. So, and now some people, after they notice it, it would drive them crazy, not me. I can let that go. I can let that go. I did on my Spookhouse Selfie some. I've been trying to remember to grab out some of my Halloween ones and work on them. And Patty Ken, I hope you're feeling better as I take this out of here right now after your back surgeries. These are the threads. I think you get the thread pack with it also from JABCO. It is, if you buy the JABCO button pack, they send you the chart. And here it is, right here. I didn't have any of that Army Green Ada, so I did just dye some with apple green and camel rit dye, and it came out perfect. This is the guy I'm working on over here, The Mummy, which I love that Anne Rice book, The Mummy. That's such a good book. I sure do miss her already, knowing I'm not going to have any more books come and be making me sad. I'm gonna move, y'all. I left a needle in everything this week. I told y'all my brain has been everywhere. I'm gonna fold this back this way. It's too little to put on the board. But last week I did the black part of his eyes, and this week I did the orange and some of this acid green. He's so cute and so fun. I am not gonna put the words under there. I'm just gonna make it into a little pin keep with the 3 of their faces in a row. The girls are loving watching this one. I didn't put the white for his teeth in here. I just didn't want him to have any teeth like that. It was kind of creepy. I don't know. I don't like the thought of a pumpkin with teeth. So, not like that, all jaggedy and crookedy. So I just left the teeth off. It made him look like a regular jack-o'-lantern. He had some white in here for his teeth, and I didn't put those in. But he's just coming right along. I'm just trying to work on it a little bit every week. Like I said, here again, it's Spookhouse Selfies from JABCO. And if you order the button pack, they send you the little chart for it, and it is so cute. So, so cute. And so when I really, I think I worked on it after I had catch that day. I was just kind of, my brain was tired. You know, it was just a different day. And so I worked on it that night. You know, I went for a walk and did all the things. He loves to go for a walk outside. So we bundled up and I covered him up in his little strolley or in my little strolley, and off we went. So we got our 30 minutes in there. So yeah, I'm sorry y'all here. I told you I'm trying to pick up as I go. So I'm gonna have such a hot mess. Because Ari Kyle has a big agenda for us. She has been, I intended to grab one. She's been making little pillows for her dolls. So we have been doing all the little sewing and things like that. Okay, I worked on Woolly Winter by Shepherd's Bush. I want to see a piece of Patty's hair on me. Yike. Oh, what have I done? Oh, there we go. It's beautiful. I think this is my Patience bag. And I love it. And I use it in, there's a note, her card's in here somewhere, but I ain't gonna try to dig it out right now and show y'all. Okay, I worked on some of the specialty stitches. That's right, what I did on this one. And I'm just gonna try to hold it. I've got just the little hearts done there. But this is, I got some of the little specialty stitches done. This is a little, I don't know if it's gonna focus enough for you to tell. A little arrow stitch, and then these are just some satin stitches going up and down. It says, I think Mittens Bright. Yeah. So I've got the heart started above it, and then I've got 2 of the rows of the specialty stitch under the mittens, which I have not finished yet or back stitched. But I did have fun doing those specialty stitches. It is a beautiful chart. And I think it comes as a kit. Because I have this here. It was a gift from one of y'all. So this was with it. So maybe Nancy, but I'm not sure. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's probably not going to focus very much on it. This is one that the picture is very visually appealing. It's a beautiful setup, like a portrait, but I wish it was a little bit closer, which would take out some of the beauty of the picture, I know, but you could see all the beautiful stitches and stuff on there. It says little snowman, it has mittens and hearts and snowflakes, but then it has all these fun specialty stitches in between. So it has some little beads and stuff, so it's a beautiful thing. It is a joy to work on. It has these beautiful threads with it. And I've just been having lots of fun working on it. It's very small. Even though I think it's on a 30 or 32 count, it seems very small. Let's see what it says. 32 count, and it does say it's a kit. It says it's 32 count, but when I'm looking at it, it seems smaller than that. And maybe it's because it's dark and I do have a harder time seeing, you know, darker fabric than lighter fabric. So that may be why I feel like it's a little bit harder for me to stitch on than other things. So I especially don't stitch on it late in the evening. When it's real late at night, I don't stitch on it usually because it's so dark. And this one also, when it's super dark, I don't stitch on. I did get, and I'm so excited, this guy got back out where he should be and got worked on. He is a Little House Needleworks, the North Wind. And this was my January 1st start, and it was my first time to try to stitch on 40 count. And it's going just fine. I think I've got mainly called for threads in there. Let's see. No, that's not for that. There they are. Mainly called for. I had to switch out a few that I didn't have. They are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. And then, like I said, he is so, so cute. We'll put him right there. Maybe if I put it right over there, out of the way. I did not know if I would be able to even see this enough to work on it, but it's been fine. It is a little small, and here again, I try not to stitch on it super late at night, like right before we go to bed. It's not my last project to stitch on because it's small, and I don't want to really make a big mistake. But I got my bird made. How cute is that little robin? I loved stitching on him. I did do a blended needle up here on the top part of his wing. I don't know if you can see it very much. This was dark enough that with my thread up here, it was kind of running together. I wanted a little bit more a differentiation. I don't think it probably would have mattered now in the big grand scheme of things, but I blended this one and this one together and did the top of his shoulder, and then his tail is just a single color. But he's so cute. This is on 40 count North Wind. No, 40 count Sea Storm. The pattern is North Wind. Lord have mercy. But I am enjoying it. Like I said, I didn't know if I would be able to see it good enough to do it, because I'm trying to decide. I intend to start my Anniversaries of Heart this year, and I'm trying to decide what is the smallest thing I can see to do it on. And I'm still not sure if I'm going to try to just go the 36 or if I want to try to venture out and do the 40. 40 does have great coverage with one thread. I mean, that is one thread over two, except where I did the blended needle. It of course has two because it's two threads, but so I'm not sure. I'm just not sure if so I'll either do it on the 36 or the 40. That's all I'm waiting on. Maybe be a Valentine start. Since it's Anniversaries of the Heart, I don't know. But I'm still going back and forth because I don't want, I mean, that's gonna be a big piece of fabric. And I don't want to, I'm trying to decide, basically is what I'm saying, which one I'm gonna do. So I'm just headed back and forth. Because once I start it, I will probably try to make myself finish it, because I'm very excited about doing it for, with all my people's names on it. Okay, oh, here is Jessie. This is my Jessie Watson. She's from Hands Across the Sea. She is our stitch along with Barbara, the Raspberry Stitcher. Hey, Barbara. It's the Autism Awareness Sal. It's from Hands Across the Sea. It is a beautiful, beautiful chart. I think it's one of their little gems, technically. They have a section that they call little gems that aren't as big as some of their others. And I got my roof on and my chimneys up this week. So it was super fun. I got my roof finished and my chimneys up. I did a floss toss on it just to get it the colors that I wanted. I picked some of the main colors that are in it, but I wanted my alphabets to be solid. I don't like, y'all know I don't like changing colors. And I'm not good at preloading needles. So this is this is a Wicked Stepmother's Flesh of My Flesh, Blue Velvet, Holly Jolly Christmas, Little Red Riding Hood, Rose Garden, Spooky, and Hey Jude. And then I have DMC, what is that, 937, and Classic Colorworks Old Blue Jeans are the colors I picked. And I love stitching on this thing. It is on a piece of, I believe it's 32 count golden needle from Jerry Lynn at Floss and Fabric. I hope you are feeling better. She has been sick. Ordered some fabrics this week. And she has had the sickness. Some people, that's the thing with this time, some people are getting it and it's just not affecting them just a ton. But then like my friend Susan, man, she was so sick. And like I said, at the time we were out of the antibody treatment down here, so she couldn't get the antibodies. I was really worried about her. Then my friend Sarah and her husband and her kids all tested positive this week, but they haven't been very sick at all. She said for them it was just like a bad cold. but they've all been shut in the house together. So Maggie is about 9 months or a year younger than Aria. So she's 4, and Eli is King's age. And then she and Vern have all been shut in the house together all week. She showed a picture one day. She was outside cooking hot dogs on the grill, so just so she could have, and it was pouring rain. It was, wind was blowing 1,000 miles an hour, and it was drizzly, and it was all yucky that day. And she was outside cooking hot dogs on the grill. She said she had to have a moment to herself. So you do what you gotta do when you're shut in the house with your husband and your kids for all them days. This is my Jessie Watson. I could not love her any more than I do. I just could not. She is gorgeous. Like I said, these are the initials of my pa and my mammy, and then my grandpa, and then all his brothers and sisters are here. My chimney butted right up to it, but it fit in there. I didn't have to adjust my chimneys any. I'd already decided if I did, I was just gonna leave them on the outside one straight, or it wasn't gonna be a big deal about it. So now I have my eyelet heart over here, and then her name right here at the bottom. So I'm gonna put Sally Coleman, and then I'm thinking 1/1, I'm gonna write Mammy at the bottom, because that's what she was to me. She was my Mammy. She was my great grandmother. She's my grandpa's mother. My mama's daddy's mother. There you go. Get that right in a minute. And let me see if I can show without showing very much. Somebody had asked about personalizing, what I do when I personalize. I'm gonna fold this so you can just see the word Jessie. Okay, I'm gonna fold this up like this, so this is all you can see. This is the word Jessie, where it's in the chart, and you can see where I have penciled over where I'm gonna be writing my letters. And that's what I do. When I have one like this, I'll make a copy, unless I'm just gonna do it on the fly, which sometimes I do, but this is a big word, so I decided I wanted to be sure I didn't want to gamble that, because it's not exactly I didn't want to run out of room on the other side. So that's what I'll do like that. I'll take a pencil and pencil it in, and then I'll come back with a Sharpie and make some marks that I can see better. And that's how but that also allows you to see how nice these charts are done. They are so easy to read and so easy to see. I just printed it off on my printer. It was a PDF download, and it is such a good chart. So I have loved this thing, but this is how I change it when I'm personalizing one. Just make a copy of your space and kind of pencil in where you're at. So I will probably do her name at the bottom this week. That will probably be what I shoot for, and then I'll only have the heart left to do. I'm not rushing through her. Isn't that funny, but I'm not in a hurry for her to finish. I've loved her. She is a beauty. She's a beauty, and you can see from that how easy she is to see. There's only one little section here that is over 1. There's a row that is 1/2, so it's 1 tall and 2 wide. I don't know if it'll focus up if you see it. There's a little red row right there. You could easily leave that out if you wanted to do her on Ada, and then she would just be a half shorter, a half a stitch shorter than she is in here. You would never notice it. You would never ever notice it. Or you could do a whole another row of the red if you chose to do that instead of a half. You could do a whole other row. Or you could run a back stitch through there. There's a million things you could do. But this, it's an Ada friendly chart. It is, and it's a beauty. The only thing, the eyelet heart you would have to do in Smyrna crosses. So I think, no, you should be able to do that. Let me see if I can get my brain working here. Can you do that anyway? You should be able to do the eyelets if my brain's working. So either way, some people don't like eyelets, but it's beautiful. It is just stunning. Jessie Watson, knew what she was doing all those years ago. And Nicola knew what she was doing when she changed it over, made the chart, because it is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, and I need to do the little satin stitch for my door knocker down here. But I'm gonna hate to see her done. Like I said, she's on 32 count golden needle from Floss and Fabric. And I have loved every minute of that stitch. Literally every minute of that stitch has been just a joy, joy, joy. Now who's last? I have one more here in front of me. Oh, my winner. This is my Winner by Cricut collection. What do I got in here? Okay, I don't know what that is. There we go. It's Cricut Collection Winter. And I appreciate, some of y'all told me that that is a chimney up here that's smoking. I thought it might be a little cup or something. I don't know, I couldn't decide what it was, but it's a little chimney. I don't know. They said, what did y'all tell me? Pat and Olga told me it was a chimney, and Olga told me it was a, Olga, I'm sorry if I messed your name up, that it was a chimney, and that Georgia girl discovered its fireplace. So I'll need to go look on her and see, because they said she changed hers up where it was a little more discernible about what it is. I'll go look at hers. I may just fill mine in or something. I don't know. It's an odd looking little thing the way I'm looking at it now. Now, of course, when I stitch it, it may be completely obvious that that's what it is. But looking at it right here, I'm not seeing that. I love these. I've done the autumn and the spring. Now I've done the winter. I think spring. No, I did summer. Summer, I think. Anyway, it's the one that's framed bad, so I never put it out. Or it's framed well. It's not framed like I wanted it. And I should have said something at the time, but it was partially my fault. There was nothing wrong with the framing. He just left way too much fabric showing around, and I didn't like it. So, that's on me. These are the call for DMCs. I just grabbed out, and I am going to get some of these ordered this week, y'all. I have not yet because, well, I can't get my life right. As Ari says, Shook, you need to get your life right. I'm like, I know, baby. I know I do. I'll be in here fussing about not getting something done. She'll say, Shook, you need to get your life right. I know I do. I need that little tiny boss baby here all the time. We used to say that at the flower shop, that whenever Lala was there, she helped us all the time. If we had a child there, because they have no shame about making decisions and things. So every day we'd say, hey Lala, what we having for lunch, baby? And she would say what she wanted to have for lunch. Hallelujah. I still think some days, could I just call her? And I would say once she started school, Susan, call down there at the school and tell them go ask Lala what we should have for lunch and call us back. She'd say, you know I'm not doing that. Well, we need a child here to make a decision. They're good for that. They don't have the indecisiveness that we have as adults. And she would say, hey, let's go to H&H and get a sandwich, or, you know, let's go to Maryland's and get squash soup. Or, I mean, she always, well, okay. Let's go to Al Byers and get tacos. Okay. And then once she started school, our life was ruined. We didn't have no kid again. But there's a lot of colors in it. They are beautiful. Just so pretty. So pretty. It's on, let's see if I can remember what it's on before I be lying. I think it's a 30 count something. And it may say in the corner and I don't see it. I folded it up. It's some kind of a 30 count blue though. But anyway, I got my eye done, and part of the little, what I assume are branches covered in snow coming off of it. So my W is mostly done, and then my I's mostly done. I have one little section right there that I didn't get finished. It's gonna be gorgeous. And then I'll have some winter stitches, because I told y'all this is all, this right here is all the winter stitches that I have. That ain't much at all. I was just shocked that that was all the winter. Now I haven't put out the Valentines over here yet, but as far as strictly winter, except for the little bag that I made the big chart out of snowy chalk full, or snowy chalk full, snowy chalk top, snowy chalk, something. It's hanging in the living room. But other than it, this is all my winter stitching that I have, which is a shame. So that was the push behind getting some of these winter ones started, so I'll have winter ones next year. So this one has been a joy to stitch. I've enjoyed it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful colors. It's fun because you don't use the same color over. And I do stitch in hand. One of y'all asked about that. You can see that this is how I stitch. So I'll, like a big piece like this, I'll roll it up and put those little clamps on. And then while I've been working on this, I'm holding like this and have my needle here. And so this is how I work. I don't know if that helps to see it like that. My hand is like this under it, and this hand is moving my needle up and down, up and down, up and down. If that helps at all. I hope it helps. But I have had so much fun with that. I'm glad I got some winter ones started, because like I said, I'm sadly out of, and y'all, I still can't believe that Lori took this picture. Lori took that picture, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? I know tons of y'all probably have them now because she shared y'all some with them. But she took that picture when they were in Amish country, and it is gorgeous. Hold that back in there. Close it up. That may be all our whips. Oh, I think that is. I think that's all our whips. I do have an FFO, if I can find it. The stack is getting better. I've got less of a mess over here. A little bit less of a mess, at least. I finished framing my Noah's Ark by Kathy Barrick, and I got it in the frame, and I love it. I found this at Hobby Lobby. No, I didn't. I lied. I found it at Walmart. I didn't go to Hobby Lobby that weekend because we went junking at the antique stores, and I didn't find one. I think I ran in Joann's, and I didn't find one, and we didn't go to watch statue to get, so I didn't go in the Hobby Lobby. So I ran in Walmart to pick up something that James Williams needed. They don't have it. Oh, something for the car. He went there to buy some oil or windshield wiper or something. So I went looking for this while he was doing that. So it's from Walmart. It's just a little 5x7 frame. And I love it. I did this with the Victorian motto threads. And it's on just a piece of gray linen that I had. I changed some of the colors up. I mean, I changed up all the colors because I didn't have any of the, or I didn't use any of the called fors, and I wanted to use my Victorian mottos that y'all sent. And I love this thing. It's so cute. I love the little animals and the bees. Just beautiful. That little dove up there. He is just so cute. And I love him in his little frame. So he turned out pretty good. He's not perfectly straight across the top right here. I decided just to shut up brain and let it go and not fret about it. I thought I had it really, really straight. And then when I put it in here, you can see it dips down a little, which, because this has this big piece of stitching, it pulls it a little tighter. So I needed to block it better. So it is marginally dropped there in the center, but not enough to make me undo it and do it again. Nope. But I love it, love it, love it. So it'll go in there with all my other Noahs. And I'm thinking I'm gonna change that room. I'm watching my time here, y'all. And put, the girls aren't, you know, little as much anymore. And I'm sorry, y'all, I got a drink. They don't play with all their little toys and things as much anymore. I'm thinking I may change rooms and put their toys in the front bedroom, and then make what I had used as their bedroom into more of my sewing room, and see if they can live with that. I think that will be helpful to me, but we'll see, because I don't want to And they may be 100% on board with that. They're so funny, you just never know what's going to be okay with them and what isn't. I did get some Happy Mail this week. I'll show y'all that, and then I'll show y'all plans, and then we'll talk about the shares from last week and for this week. So this is so cute. Put it this way, and it got a little squished in the, my mailman, I think, smushed it in there. Letha sends me the funniest things, and I think I knocked her card off a second ago, Letha. That's what I picked up out of the floor, and here it is. She sends me this beautiful card, and Letha lives in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, where Groundhog Day is. And so that's coming up this week. I will have my groundhog socks on and be so excited. And she knows I love Groundhog Day. I think that's the funniest thing. And so she sent me this adorable postcard. I love it. And I think I may try to turn it into a floss drop or two. I love it. And this is some adorable little Glycerin soap that I'm going to have a hard time using because it's so cute. It is adorable. And it says it is Glycerin Soap Cinnamon Nutmeg. And you can smell it. It smells nice. And a little fuel cookie cutter. So the girls and I may make Groundhog Day cookies. That's so fun. So I have my soap and that and a little card. And then she made me this. So dang cute. And I don't know, I haven't seen this, and I don't know if you told me who made it. Letha, did you tell me? Happy Groundhog Day, but I don't know who does this stitch. If you put it on here, I'm blind, Letha. But it is so cute, and see his little shadow there behind him. Look at that. Y'all, it's so cute, so I can't wait to put this out. I'm gonna put it out this week. I had it sitting out, and I wanted to be sure I didn't forget it, because I set it in the living room so I could see it this week. So cute. Look at him. And she finished it so adorable. I love him with his little shadow there. And it has a little charm. You can see how she attached hers there. It looks so cute. So thank you so much, Letha. It is so adorable. I cannot wait. The girls have not seen it, so they are going to be so excited. She always sends me adorable things. And this stitch is so cute. So it is going to go out this week. What do I have here? I think I got, no? Okay, hold on. I'm missing something. I may have to show it next week, y'all. I can't find it. I have a card from Char here somewhere. Char, I don't know where your card is at. Good grief. Okay, maybe it'll turn, maybe it's here buried. I got a card from Frankie. She is a wicked stepmother. Y'all know I love my Frankie Floss, Frankie and Rhonda. They send it, and they make the most beautiful flosses. This is Wendy, Green Onions, and Babyface. Everyone knows it's Wendy, and Wendy has stormy eyes. See, I'm the same way. These are gorgeous. I will be using them in one that I'm about to start, because I'm fixing to show y'all my starts this week. Char, I can't find your card still. My gosh, I probably reburied it over here. So thank you for those, Frankie and Rhonda. Char, you're gonna kill me. Y'all, I have a card from Char here somewhere, but I can't find it in all my junk because I've got such a mess. Maybe it'll turn up in a minute. Anywho, this is the Noah I'm fixing to start. This is from Dottie. She is so sweet. She sent it, I showed it to you last week, but I can't wait to start on this guy. So I went and grabbed some of my DMCs, and then I went looking for some that I didn't have to try to get a color. I could find it in my thing, but this is so odd. Have you ever had one? Because I found it on my card, which is now buried, now that I need it again. Lord, y'all. Once again, I'm gonna shout out, I need an assistant. In every aspect of my life, not just my floss tube, y'all. Don't. Anywho, it wasn't on this one. These are some of the call fors. This is the one, I think it's 846. No, this is for this other one. I'm sorry. These aren't for this one. This is one I want to get started on this week. It has a lot of little over ones in it, and y'all know that's going to be fun for me. I love that. So that's going to be a hoot. I think I'm going to take her name out and put Genesis, something about Genesis in there for the Bible verses that that talk about Noah. So I think I'm going to take that out and put Bible verses in there or something. I love the ark at the bottom and the starry sky. It is so cute. So cute. I can't wait. But see this list over here? This is over ones. So if you're not into over ones, this may not be the thing for you. But I love me some over one. I do. It's so cute. So I can't wait to start this one. But this is the one that I had the trouble with. 836. And when I went, because, oh, I could find that right here. It would be making me so happy. What did I do? Just throw it. This is how I feel like when I call my mama. Here it is. And, you know, I miss her phone call. I call her right back and she don't answer. And this isn't just now. This has been for years of our lives. We would say, yeah, if you don't answer Mimi, she just throw your phone right out the window. Mama, you call her on the phone, and if you don't answer, she just throws her phone right out the window. Because if you call her back, she would not answer. We'd be like, it's been 3 seconds. You know, but I could not, my DMC at the Joann's here in my town skips this number. I found it on here. After much looking. It says it's 836. But I think the thing on here, I think it must be an 826, not 836. Because I didn't find an 836, that's what it was. So I don't know if any of y'all have stitched the Easter House Trio, which I think, Ann, I think you stitched this. I can't find DMC 836. It's not listed on my this thing that I can find unless I'm completely missing it. It's not listed in here. And it didn't have a slot even for 836 at my Joann's. So somebody chime in on help me on that, because I think I'm going to use this Victorian motto. Here it says heirloom blue bonnets. So I think I'm going to use it on here. I just hear the little bird just singing so happy today. And it's cold outside. It's not freezing, but it's cold. But the little mockingbird is back up on the chimney with his little sweet self. So anyway, these are such fun colors. I probably will not have it finished for Easter. I don't care. So that's the other one I'm going to start. So is this guy here. So cute. So those are the two on my radar to get finished, to get started after I finish these others. And Char, I've buried your card somewhere and I can't find it. I got a cute card from Char, y'all. I don't know what in the world. Only me. Our shares from last week were winner in the round, and I'm still waiting to hear from a couple of y'all. Let's see, I'll go over those real quick. Not that week. Kitties, Deborah Pappas got Kitties in the round, and Susan Lopiano got the elephant from JBW. So these two JBWs I'm waiting to hear from y'all. And then I'm waiting to hear from Cynthia Mansfield. If you've sent me your address, send it again. I missed it somehow. Y'all three are the ones I'm waiting for to send these out that I didn't hear from. I think last week I heard from everybody. Oh my gosh, I haven't done questions and comments. Holy crap. I gotta hurry. I missed that completely, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna go through them real quick because we're getting long. Oh, Edna, that was a great idea, which I don't know why I didn't think about it. I have some little red and white threads. She said use the red and white thread against, so it wouldn't show up against, or red thread against the red toolbox. Well, I didn't think about that. I don't know. So thank you, Edna. Crafting with Nina, the little arc that I found last week, she said they used to do craft shows, and their books by Faith Rollins. Faith Rollins, Rollins, Rollins. It's a pattern book where you can make those. And Edith, enjoy Reba. I hope you have a great time. She does a great show, and I hope you enjoy the heck out of it. And y'all, Stitch and Scotty, Judy at JBW. There's a couple of y'all. Judy at JBW has a beautiful floss tube. There's, who else did I watch this week? Carol, Saltbox Stitcher. I saw Brendan Laura. I watched Trixie Tricycle this week. I love her voice. I could listen to her talk all day long. And she has beautiful teeth. Y'all know I'm a teeth person. Daisy, I am so sorry for the loss of your sister. I can't imagine. I only have the one sister, and I always fought my parents for just giving me one sister because I don't have a backup plan. So if she gets hit by a bus, I'm just out of luck. And that, I always got on to them about that. They should have given me a spare. I mean, even the Royals do an heir and a spare, right? What the heck's up with my parents? I gave my kids a spare. And several of y'all, the little round frame I had last week that had the thick thing, y'all, that's to hold a plate. Like a decorative plate, and you put that in there and it holds it in the back. But they would work great for round needlework pieces, and that's what I'm going to use it for. So Faye and Charlotte 52 and Mary and DEKO and Michelle and Shingle Springs, thank y'all for letting me know, because when I have something and I don't know, I appreciate it when y'all tell me what it is. Jackie, Lake Erie is beautiful, and that's where we went on that clipper ship that I can't think of the name of. I intended to look, but I forgot. I thought Pennsylvania was beautiful. And when we talked about it, I said a ship last week. Rhonda and Georgianne said that their grandpa and their dad used to build ships in a bottle, and I always thought that was a fascinating thing. Allison C., it is 20 below 0 Fahrenheit in Quebec. Listen, I don't think I could do it. I just don't think I could do it, y'all. I don't know if I could go outside. Now, Mike and Justin, they went on one of their anniversaries, and I kept the girls, and they went maybe for their 5th anniversary, or I can't remember. Anyway, they went up to Quebec in the winter, and I thought they were nuts, and they said it was so beautiful. And I have a picture of a beautiful castle, and I think it's either in Quebec, Montreal. I can't remember. It's beautiful, but they went and they saw it while they were there, and they did sledding and all this kind of fun thing. So it is beautiful, but I don't know that I could do that cold. Cindy, Snoqualmie Pass was gorgeous. We went up with Hannah and Mochi when they got married, and they took us up there. I was in awe of how beautiful that is. So I can't believe you get to see that on the regular. That would be fabulous. Audrey said, one of the North Ireland saying is, you're talking nonsense, your head's cut. Okay, I think that would be like here when we say, you must have got kicked in the head, because that's what we say around here. Or your mama dropped you on your head. Because I think that must be the same thing. Because, you know, I mean, we all have that one relative, you know, that I have one that I used to say, you know, his mama must have dropped him on his head. And then as the years have gone by, he continues to surprise me more and more. And now I say his mama must have used his head for a bingo dauber, because that's constant pressure on that poor brain is the only thing that can cause that kind of strange behavior. Lord have mercy. And Angela did tell us that the Drawn Thread does have a conversion from silks to cottons on their website. I thought I'd seen it, and she said yes, they did. Carolyn, yes, Karen, I'm coming to New England someday, and you can show me around. Mary, that was the one problem we had in Pennsylvania when I went up there to see my mama, and she said the whole time she worked up there was finding what we consider Mexican food. Because y'all know, if y'all go to California, you can't get what we consider Mexican food. We eat Tex-Mex here. If you go out to California and stuff, you get fresh Mex, is what we call it. It's not seasoned so hard. The food here is seasoned real hard. And if you do a little bit of research, the Texan cuisine is very spicy. And a lot of the reason why is the trail cooks and people used to, this is gross, but they used to season the food so much to cover up the fact that it was rancid. It had, it was bad. But you had what you had and you had to eat it. Like, Miss Joyce said, you get what you get, you don't throw a fit. Well, that was what they did. And so you seasoned up food to cover up the fact that it was off. I mean, so when we go somewhere and, somebody says, oh, it's good Mexican food. A lot of times it's fresh Mexican. I'm like, it's good in its own right, but it's not what I think of as Mexican food, because we have Tex-Mex here, and we like spice. We like spicy food. CJ, the spicier the better. He will eat those Carolina Reapers and those kind of peppers, and it just kills me. I can't eat anything that hot. But that was the only thing about Pennsylvania that you'd be missing some what we call Mexican food. Charles, I was dying about the ugly baby, because we were talking about superstitions, and he says in his Italian family, they don't, if you see somebody comes in with a baby and it's ugly, you're not supposed to say it's pretty, it's bad luck. And so you say, oh, congratulations on your expanding family, or, something like this, instead of saying, oh, he's such a pretty baby, or she's such a pretty baby. Now, I will say, I think most babies are pretty. But every now and again, you see a baby and you're like, oh my gosh. I mean, there's even that little meme that says, we all pray for my cousin's baby. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just ugly. So, I mean, there every now and again, there's a baby that's ugly. And I don't know why. Usually it's to me because it looks like a person instead of a baby. That's why James Williams was. Of course, he had that red hair, but I love red hair, and his eyes were very blue and beautiful. Now, he was white as a sheet of paper. But he had a man's face. Even when he was a baby, his face looked like a grown man's face. And so he wasn't what I consider to be a pretty baby. James Williams wasn't, because he didn't look like a baby. He looked like a man. A baby with a little man head stuck on there. And he wasn't even all wrinkly. It wasn't like an old man. He just looked like a grown man. Like a grown man had on a baby. Like he could have had a mustache, and you'd have been like, oh. So weird. So I was dying when you said that, because sometimes every now and again you run across that baby and you're like, oh, congratulations. Look how strong they are. That's usually my go-to. They're holding their head up so good. Look how strong that baby is. That's my go-to. So if I run across a baby and I'm like, ooh, yeah, because it does happen. Kathy, thank you for making me remember that you said that y'all's daddy would pull y'all on a car hood or truck hood behind the buggy, like the horses, and for a sled. And one year we had a lot of snow here, and it would have been in the early 2000s. Keely was probably 4 or 5. It might not have been 2000 yet. So maybe the late 90s, early 2000s, we got a good bit of snow. And Ray took them out in the pasture and put them on the car hood and drove them around in the pasture on that car hood, slinging them around. He had welded some little brackets on it, and they had the best time. They had so much fun. I was not there. I stayed home and stayed in and stayed warm. He went with my sister and Ray and CJ and Micah. They all, and Shad Ray, were all on that thing and had the time of their life. So thank you for making me think about that. And Dottie, I bet you were a great Girl Scout troop leader. We never did have Girl Scouts. We had Boy Scouts. There was never a Girl Scout troop around that I could think of when Micah was little in Maypearl. She did GAs, and then she got tired of doing GAs because the lady who did GAs, all the girls called her Grandma. Carol, sweetest lady in the world. And all the girls called her Grandma. But they, GAs, you kind of do more girly stuff. And Micah was always like a big tomboy. And so she got to where she didn't want to go, because she asked Grandma one day, she said, hey, how come the boys all get to go canoeing and swimming and we're in here sewing some pieces of felt together? She was not appreciating that fact at all. So that was kind of the end of GAs for her. Natalie, yes, when it floods here, she said she was, and he's texting when I meant flooded and all these bugs, water bugs and roaches and stuff. here we have, and I intended to grab that fake one I have. It's like it's a water bug is what we call it, but it's about this big. And especially if you're out there in East Texas and those piney woods and stuff, when it floods real hard, they'll run up the sides of the trees or run up on your porch or whatever, because they live down under bark and leaves, and all this. And y'all know I can do a lot of things, but a bug suddenly getting on me is not one of them. It ain't. And I've told y'all before that years ago, I was working in the front yard, and it was in the, here again, late 90s, early 2000s, and I had on a short set that was a jumpsuit. It was denim. It was one piece. It buttoned up the front. You had to pull the whole thing down. And a water bug fell out of one of the trees and went down my back. I guess I took that jumpsuit off and left it sitting right in the front yard and went running in the house screaming. James Williams had to go out there and get it because I came running the house, nothing but my bra and panties on. I did have panties on that day, thank God. Thank God I had panties on that day because I'd been out there bare-butted and just my bra running in. But I literally left them clothes laying in the front yard, and we lived in town. It didn't matter. No. He had to go out there and get them. I was traumatized for days. Ooh, yep. But yes, they will. Patty, I stitch in hand. I hope that helped when I showed that. And Southern Yankee Stitcher, I love that you have your first relative stitched up on a sampler for everybody to have forever. I've talked about, I kind of traced that back at one point, and, some of my female relatives came over as indentured prisoners working off their time to the America. So, that was a ship, right? And Jan, you made me happy to talk about my quilt, because she said she'd rather see a dog laying on one of her quilts than have it folded up in a closet. And the kids do use, James's mama made Keely and Bebe one and Micah one when they got married. And then the one big quilt I had that my mama did, I gave to Micah. So Micah has it. So I gave it to her at her wedding shower. So I would be sure that she had it and got to use it, and she does keep it out. So I hope that makes Granny happy, because I love seeing it and thinking about her. And J.I. Primitives, I hope y'all are okay. She said they've had the COVID also, and like I said, it just is one of those things. You either get it, or you get it and you're okay, or you get it and you're like bad. And so I hope you're all right. Christina, I'm a lupus and a Raynaud girl here too. For the first time in my life, now that I'm in menopause, my hands and feet get warm. That's the one plus of a hot flash. My hands and feet get warm for a minute. So there's the bright side. Okay, Adrian, am I watching Christina? Send me a message and let me know, because I don't know that I am, because I couldn't sit here and think if I was. So let me know what channel, and I will get on that, because I've missed something somehow, which happens to me a lot. I think, is that everybody? Okay, then yes, the shares this week. We did those. Did I announce those yet? No. Okay, from last week. No, I didn't. Okay, winter. I'm trying to hurry, y'all. Nicole Kraus. If you'll email me, NieceLynn@Yahoo, your address. The winter in the round, you're the recipient of it. It's so cute. These JBWs are adorable. Holly Hogue, you're the recipient of the Sledding Snowman, if you'll email me your address. And then Sharon Williams, you're the recipient of Nantucket, if you'll email me your Nantucket. It is beautiful with that ship there in it. So pretty. So if y'all will email me your address. And then I grabbed, my gosh, where'd they go? What did I do with the ones I grabbed? No. I swear I brought them in here. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I can't find where I put them. I guess I'll do them next week because I cannot find where I put them. Y'all, I'm a wreck this morning. I am an absolute wreck this morning. So I guess we'll have twice. We'll do 2 times next week because I cannot find what I did with them. I had the love chart and 2 others. Okay, y'all, I'm a wreck. I'm just going to jump off here. And we'll do 2 times next week because I don't know what in the heck I did with them. So I hope you have a happy Friday. I hope you get some stitching done, and I hope you don't get sick and you're not too cold because some of y'all, I'm worried about that cold weather. So y'all stay warm and stitch and enjoy your Friday. Bye.